It's now time for the Ray Longo Minute.
I want you to punch a hole in his fucking chest. That's what I want.
The Ray Longo Minute. Starring Ray Longo. The Jon Anik and Kenny Florian podcast.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. If you're listening on iTunes, you got to go to YouTube right now.
What's the matter?
It's Super Mario from Mario Brothers.
Come on, what the hell's going on? We need ratings on this show.
Yeah.
We need ratings.
The mustache equals ratings. How good does that look? Have you ever had a mustache in your life?
No. This is the first one.
The COVID
test. Fucking great.
Only because you have one, I had to get one now.
Yeah. I love it. I absolutely love it. Are you going to keep that on for the whole Ray Longo Minute today? That'd be great if you did.
I think we're going to try it, yeah. I think this is what I'm going to do. Every week I'm going to have a new mustache for you.
It looks so good.
I love it. It really does look great. So what do you think about my mustache, Ray? Do you like it?
I like it.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'll take it with us to Fight Island. So how you doing, man? Jorge Masvidal in, Gilbert Burns out. What do you make of the new main event for UFC 251? We were just talking about it.
Man, I tell you, I love the fight. I hope Masvidal was training. That's it. You know what I mean? I think jumping in at the last minute against a guy like Usman obviously is dangerous. But, you know, Jorge's one of those guys. He's going to fight you on the street. It doesn't matter. So that's what I love about it. I think he's a relaxed guy. And if anybody could do it, he could do it. So I think it makes for a great fight. It'll probably bring more eyeballs to the fight now, too, you know? This mustache isn't distracting.
I am so caught off guard by the fake mustache that you're wearing. It's just so interesting, Ken Flo, because
Kenny.
in the 1970s and 80s, when Kenny and I were growing up in Massachusetts, every dad had a mustache, right? And now in 2020, it's like a big deal when a guy wears a mustache. So
yeah, I look like
I'm going to have this for eternity. At this point.
I look like John Holmes minus the penis.
He's laughing and it's fucking falling off. I mean, I can't even do the show anymore, if I'm being honest.
Oh, I got better. That's better.
So I don't want to kill the buzz necessarily, but I know you and I talked offline about Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov and just what a powerful individual he was in this MMA space in Dagestan. Certainly, it's highly publicized what role he had in Khabib's career, but this guy had an impact on hundreds of young men, and I think his loss as such is being felt really widely and deeply.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, not that I knew him, but I was around him a bunch of times. But really, when I thought about it, I really felt first off, condolences to Khabib. I think he's a great guy. I think, he speaks well. He speaks, shoots from the hip. He's not a bullshitter. He's not, he's not acting, inappropriately. He's always on the money, I think, with a lot of things. But his father had presence, man. I mean, like when that guy walked in a room, the two things I think he had presence. And, man, he had all those young guys. They respected their elders. You could see they come from a good spot. And when that guy walked in, it was like John Gotti walking into a room. Something was going on, And I remember being in Russia and turning around, and there he was, and he had all those, the coaches and everything. There was just such respect for I want to say they just respect their elders. And the guy had presence, man. It was crazy. It was great to watch. I'm sure he's going to be sorely missed. Those guys are just very spiritual and everything. So, they'll deal with it and get by. But when that guy walked in the room, something was going on, and that's my memory of Khabib's dad, man. He seemed like a great guy. Not that I spoke with him at all, but definitely in the training rooms a couple of times. And in Russia, I remember eating at breakfast and just it was like something was going on. You know what I mean? Like Paul McCartney was walking in. So he had presence, man. He 100%. And I love the way the young people took care of him. They were almost like bodyguards. That's what it looked like to me. You know? So, man, I just send my, just my prayers out to Khabib. I hope everything's good, and I hope they get through it, and I hope he gets back on track with his life as quick as possible.
Yeah, I only met him once, but I think you hit on two themes that are really important. Just this overwhelming respect for the elder people in your life. And also just the presence, right? Like I was like starstruck around the guy, maybe because Khabib would speak so glowingly of him, but he was never able to corner him because of visa issues or whatever else. And then seeing him there at UFC 242, he's like a larger than life guy. So I just wanted to give you a chance to chime in on that. So, all right. So I want to talk to you about Petr Yan and Jose Aldo because it has relevance to your guy, Aljamain Sterling. Have you talked to Aljo? Does he think that Yan is a slam dunk here? What do you think about this bantamweight title fight? And if you're Team Sterling and Team Sarah Longo, who do you guys want to see win this thing?
No, we haven't really talked about it. I have seen Aljo, but we haven't talked about it.
Fix your mustache.
This thing off. We'll have to wait for next week and get another one on the right way.
Just grow it out. Grow it out.
Grow it out. I'll tell you what, I'm surprised of the odds. They're really heavily favored Petr Yan. I think this is going to be a way closer fight than people think, but it's either going to be, I mean, I don't know. Aljo looked pretty good in his last fight. Technically, he looked good. I think Moraes is a big, strong kid. And the fact that he weathered that storm, I think Aldo has a really good shot in this fight. I really do. I think he showed signs of that in the last fight. And I think, I don't know. I think that those odds are way off. I think this is a closer fight than the odds are making it.
Ken Flo, I know you're going to make your prediction on this fight, so I don't want to steal too much thunder now. It's crazy to think it was almost 10 years ago that you fought Jose Aldo in October of 2011. May not be given a chance, at least by the odds on paper, but I think a lot of people consider him a live underdog here. I mean, what do you think about the King of Rio in the spot against Petr Yan without revealing who you're picking in the fight?
Yeah, no, listen, I think Aldo's got a great shot. They're similar fighters in the fact that they're very patient. They wait for their opening and they pounce on you. Both guys have that ability. Both have knockout power. I think if Aldo can do the same kind of job that he did cutting down to 135 pounds that he did in his last fight, I absolutely give him a great shot to win that fight. Petr Yan is a handful. There's no doubt about it. I do think that Aldo has some tools that Petr Yan just hasn't seen before.
Without a doubt. I couldn't agree more. And I'll tell you, think about what you just said, John. Right. 10 years ago, Kenny fought him. Like in his prime. No, right. Really. This is really right. No, this is serious though. No, I'm not I wasn't going that way with it, Kenny. I'm just saying that you fought the guy in his prime. Like 10 years is a long time, and he's been in this game before Kenny fought him. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's what my point. Like you look at Mayweather. Go back and look at Mayweather's fights from 2003, 2004. He was a different animal. People want to fight him at 40 years old? Are you kidding? He was still good, but he's not the guy you were looking at 15 years ago. Right. I mean, Kenny, when you fought him, I'm just saying it's a compliment to Kenny is what I'm saying. Oh,
thank you.
He fought him at the height of when he was, unbelievable. You know what I mean? This is 10 years, and I still think the guy's got it, but it's not going to be the same. I'm saying the Jose Aldo that Kenny fought definitely wins this fight. He's not an underdog in this fight. There's no question about it. You know what I mean? So Kenny's hitting on it. If he can make the weight like he did the first time, because I thought he looked pretty sharp. His counters were good. His head movement was good. His speed looked good. I think he's got a shot in that fight, 100%. If that's what you call it, a live dog, then he's a live dog because if that weight cut goes good, he's going to be a handful for, like Kenny said, I don't think Petr Yan's fought anybody near that ability yet. You know what I mean? So I'm really intrigued by that fight.
Ken Flo is up 2-1 after 3 on my scorecard against Jose Aldo, by the way, for the record. So, Ray, before you came on, we were talking about Usman Masvidal and the preparations on both sides. And Jorge Masvidal is being given a lot of credit from the fan base, and rightfully so. I'd like to see Kamaru Usman get some credit for taking the matchup, but a lot of people, Ken Flo included, believe that the Masvidal matchup is more favorable for Kamaru Usman than the Gilbert Burns matchup would have been. It does eliminate the teammate angle, and all of a sudden there's a matchup here with real heat. I mean, do you see this stylistically as a significantly more palatable matchup for Kamaru Usman than Gilbert Burns would have been or not?
Yeah, I do see it as I love Masvidal. I never pick against him. I just think the takedowns, and this other guy's been training. Now he's been out with Gaethje, so he's getting pushed to the limit by that guy. I think that's going to be the difference. Jorge, I'm sure he negotiated a good price for this fight, else he would have definitely not have taken it. Right. So I don't like the last minute thing. I would have liked it more with if he had a 6-week camp. But anything could happen. He's got 5 rounds to do it. But I think the strong wrestling of Usman is going to be, that's where the difference is in this fight. Where Burns had the jiu-jitsu to maybe have reverse him, or similar to what happened with like Meyer and Ben Askren. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I agree with you. I think this fight is more favors Usman than the Gilbert Burns fight for that reason. I think the ground is what separates it. Right. And I mean, if you haven't been working your takedown defense and that, even the cardio that goes with that, that's a big deal. And I don't know we don't know where Masvidal's been. Maybe he's been in the gym. Maybe he's got everybody fooled. He knew that, but when you have a good training camp, and Usman's not a joke. I mean, he looks like he takes stuff very seriously, and he's with the right. He's always with a good team, but he's with he's very Trevor's very strategical. He's got good guys to push him down there, especially being Gaethje is one of them. So he's coming in prepared. I'm sure of that. And Jorge loves to fight. You know what I mean? He's like, again, that's not going to be a problem. He's not going to have no jitters. He's not going to have any of that. He's going in there to fight. I'm sure he's calm as a cucumber right now. But can he deal with the wrestling? The longer that's on its feet, the longer Jorge's got a shot to get him out of there. I mean, if they stand up, Jorge should have I'm going to say a noticeable advantage. It depends on how he can scramble back to his feet.
Yeah, can't wait to see it all play out. And then for you, we got August 8th, right? Chris Weidman fighting Omari Akhmedov. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How's Chris doing?
And I think Chris is looking good. Yeah, he'll be coming in later today. He's doing. Saw him over the weekend. Right now we're off to a very good start.
So you're home right now, or are you at the gym?
No, I'm at the gym actually. I came down to do this podcast at the gym because I had my mustaches down here.
Ah, that's right.
I go wherever the mustache goes.
That's John. Right.
I don't know if you know that.
Do you have any N95 masks there at the gym? Do you have any masks? Good.
I'm gonna hold on a second. You guys will be the first to see this. It's unbelievable. This is amazing. What I'm about to do. I sound like Trump. Amazing.
I mean, you honestly, that was like amazing. A spitting.
This is unbelievable. It's the best mask out there. How's that?
Yes.
Oh, come on, baby. I got to send you guys some of these.
This is the best Ray's ever looked. Actually,
that's what everybody says.
The most handsome I've ever seen you.
Oh, was that a compliment? 'Cause I'm not really sure.
It's both. I don't know. Those are awesome.
You know what's even worse?
Focus on those beautiful eyes of yours.
You know what's worse, John? I'm going to put this back in the bag, and somebody's going to buy it. Because I'm responsible. What can I say? I'm a responsible guy.
Well, hey, I just wish I had one of those to represent in Abu Dhabi.
You might get this one. I'll send it to Sarah. Did you see him yet?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my Lord. How we doing?
Well,
because I really can't see. I need a mirror. I think John froze up on us. He froze up on us. Come on.
We are having a terrible day.
Oh my God! Come on, TJ. This is gold.
Oh, don't easy, Doc Brown. This has nothing to do with me.
TJ,
dye that hair white and get a new flux capacitor. All right.
Yeah. Look, I look like Eugene Levy in Splash. Where is it?
This has really disintegrated with the mustache on the forehead.
I don't know. What am I doing?
Right. So, all right. Last thing, I promise. Right.
I mean,
what?
I don't want to go.
You
can have a couple of things.
Well, what are we doing with the hair? I mean, do you even give it any thought anymore, or are we just letting it go?
No thought. I'm just going right down the shitter like the rest of my career. That's where it's going. It's actually leading the way of where my career is going after I put a mustache on my cheek.
Our listeners see this side of you, and they obviously see the tender side as well when we're talking about Abdulmanap or whatever. But Kenful, I got to tell you, I got a phone call from Ray Longo on my birthday saying all these nice things about my wife and my family. I'm like, who is this fucking guy?
That's actually the real, and that fortunately that's the real me. This is part of it.
I went downstairs and told my wife all these wonderful things, and I was like, he's saying that I'm like one of the nicest guys he's ever met. And it's like my family knows me to not necessarily be that guy because I have an identical twin who is just Mr. Congeniality, right? And who's much nicer consistently to the family than maybe I am. So when Chrissy heard that you said that I was like one of the nicest guys you've ever met, she's like, oh, maybe he should come over and see the other side of you, John.
But let me tell you something. That's any family, John. You know that. You know.
No, it's true.
I could never let my wife go loose because she'd reveal everything. I'd be it would be I'd lose a lot of fans.
Raise the man. Raise the man either way.
Yeah. We love you, and we're going to let you go. And we might be doing a special Sunday show right after the pay-per-view this Sunday because I'm going to be in Abu Dhabi, and we're trying to get everybody on the same schedule. So there is a chance that we're going to recap UFC 251 on Sunday. So, all right. All right. Well,
run away, Ray.
All right.
All right. Well, have a great day, buddy. We appreciate you. We love you, and we'll talk to you on Sunday or Monday. All right?
Hey, listen, goodbye from me and goodbye from my mustache. My mustache wants to say goodbye because my mustache to your mustache, John. John, seriously, get the sanitizer. Just right. You got to go down.
The COVID catcher.
You got to go. You got to give it the COVID scratch.
Yeah.
Down.
The catcher's mitt is getting on the chart.
I could always count on Ken Flo. It doesn't even matter.
So
I could always count on guys. The best. All right, guys, take it easy, man. And John, be safe. And watch over my little friend for me, please, because that guy could be out of control. Please watch over my little buddy. All right, take it easy, guys.
I got you, bro. There it is. Raymond Peter Longo on social media at Ray Longo MMA. Support for the Anik and Florian podcast comes from the official electric razor of UFC, Manscaped. Have you ever had an awkward moment where you had to grapple with someone who had like a full bush coming out of their singlet? This is literally why I quit jiu-jitsu. Well, thankfully, Manscaped has everything you need to keep your package nice and tidy. Manscaped truly is the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. Their top-notch ball trimmer called the Lawnmower 3.0 will keep you clean without all those nicks and cuts. They've also partnered up with top-tier MMA athletes like Max Holloway and Francis Ngannou and many others who understand that hygiene matters and also know what it takes to be the best. And so does this revolutionary men's grooming company, Manscaped. They just redesigned this Lawnmower 3.0. The ceramic blade won't cut you. Proprietary advanced skin-safe technology. Accidents, for me, are now a thing of the past. And we have a deal for our great listeners and viewers who are men out there because we don't want you using the same trimmer on your face that you're using on your balls. So to get you there and get 20% off with free shipping, the code is AF. Go to manscaped.com today. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code AF. Thank you, manscaped.com, for supporting mixed martial arts and its athletes worldwide. All right. You may have heard it's a pay-per-view week, UFC 251. Let's get to the main event challenge.